What is up, guys, and welcome to the video. Today we're going to be checking out the absolute fastest way to unlock refined and flawless crystals in Black Ops Cold War so you can get all your skills up to tier 5. We're going to be doing this in Outbreak as that's going to yield us the most crystal gain. You could do this in Firebase Z or Doom Machine, so you could be unlocking XP and camos for weapons at the same time, but the issue with that is if you exfil early so that you maximize XP, you're not going to be getting any crystals, and if you exfil late so that you can maximize crystals, you're not going to be getting any XP. And the crystal yield in Outbreak is definitely faster than exfilling at a high round on any of the other maps. That's why we're picking Outbreak to maximize crystal gain. Something I do recommend is bringing something powerful like a Howler with the Task Force Barrel or an M16 so that we can handle the waves that we're going to go to in Outbreak. But with that being said, let's get into the strategy. Alright guys, here we are in game, and the first thing we're going to want to do is pull up the map and let's see if we can find any extra objectives in this world. So we spawned on Golova as our first game, and I see a dragon to the upper left, and we're going to go straight to that. Alright guys, here we are at the dragon, and the reason we want to do this is because our goal is to try and get set up as early as possible, hopefully on wave 1 so we can have Pack-a-Punch and be ready by then, hopefully with a couple of perks. But the reason we want to do this on wave 1 is because the zombies are going to be easy to kill. If we were going to try and do this on wave 2 without earning all these points and without having Pack-a-Punch and without hopefully having a wonder weapon from this chest, it would be very, very difficult. Alright, we just finished the dragon, and this is going to pop up. It's going to give us a chest, and hopefully we get a wonder weapon, whether it's the Ray K or the Ray Gun. Either one would be fantastic. If we don't get any, we don't get any, and we'll just move on to other objectives. Let's open the box. And unfortunately, looks like we got no wonder weapon from that. We did get this Milano, which is going to do a little bit of damage, but because we have that Task Force Barrel on this is definitely going to be doing more damage. So let's check our map, see if there's any other objectives. Alright guys, as you can see, there is a storm objective up to the top right of the map. We're going to head to that and see if we can get anything from there. Also, quick tip, if you find any of these, they give you 200 basic salvage each, which is a nice boost so that we can upgrade our weapons more easily. Alright, we can see the storm forming right here. If you look up, it's right there. And it looks like that's a holdout location, which is going to teleport us. But all we're worried about is this one. As soon as we start this, there's going to be boss zombies that spawn in, and it's going to make our life very difficult, but because we brought the Howler, it's no problem. As you can see, we just one-shot that Mangler, which is why we brought that Task Force Barrel to do as much damage as possible. Let's open the chest. Unfortunately, not much here. We did get a blue XM4, which might help. Then we got a full power, which is kind of useless at the moment. This has thermal on it. That's terrible. But I believe we're out of objectives on this map, so we'll just move on to the next one, and hopefully we get a wonder weapon at wave 2. Alright, we just completed the first objective, so we're going to head to the beacon. Alright guys, I did just notice that we do have a trial computer on this map. So let's go ahead and activate this, and we've got to kill enemies with melee attacks. Let's see if we can find any enemies. Alright, here are some. Now we could definitely use this to get our wonder weapon. Alright, there we go. Our reward just got upgraded to legendary. Now let's go to the reward station, see if we have a wonder weapon waiting for us. Alright guys, no wonder weapon, but there is a lot of stuff here that's going to help us in the future. A ton of points. And stamina. And my stamina is actually upgraded to tier 5, so that's going to make us run a ton faster. And normally I would have just moved on to round 2, but because that trial station was so close to the beacon, figured there was no point in not doing it. Alright guys, now that this is activated, we're definitely going to get a Pack-a-Punch on this Howler here. And then we're definitely going to go for some perks. Now since I already have stamina up, I'm going to go for Jug. And because I have this weapon, it's pretty good. Don't need a fast reload. I'm going to go for quick revive just to help me stay alive that much more. And then we'll go here, see if we can upgrade our weapon rarity, and we definitely can because we picked up that salvage box earlier. So now we're ready to go, and we'll just do the same thing at map 2. Alright guys, here we are on map 2, and if we take a look at the map here, see if we have any side objectives. We have a dragon to the bottom right there, and we have a trials machine. It does, oh, we also have a Requiem Quest. So what we're going to do is we're going to hit that dragon, and if we don't get anything from the dragon, we're not even going to worry about a wonder weapon. We're just going to stick with our Howler because it's so powerful, and it'll be able to get us through. The only downside to not getting a wonder weapon on wave 1 or the first objective on wave 2 is that we're obviously not going to be able to go as far because we don't have as powerful of a weapon. But that's not a huge deal because it's going to save us a ton of time. So what we're going to do, if we don't get a wonder weapon from this, is exfil on wave 5. And then we'll leave with a couple of flawless crystals. Alright, this dragon's complete. Now let's see if we get anything good from this loot chest. Alright, we did get a chopper gunner, which is really nice because we're not going to have to get one later. But unfortunately, no wonder weapon. So we are not even going to worry about it. All we're going to worry about is upgrading our Howler as fast as possible. And the fact that we got a chopper gunner is great because we're not going to have to waste salvage on getting one later. Alright guys, we are activating this objective, and this objective is actually really nice because it does spawn an elite, a high value target elite. And what they do is they drop high value loot, which means we could get a wonder weapon from this. If we do, then we'll carry on longer, but if we don't, no big deal. We'll just exfil around 5. The whole goal of this is to get something powerful enough to let you last to at least wave 8. If you can exfil on 8, you're going to leave with a ton of flawless crystals, and it's going to be a good time. If you can't make it to 8, which it takes a lot to do, then you're just going to have to exfil a little earlier, which isn't a huge deal because you're going to save time, but you won't leave with as many crystals. Alright, here we go. Let's activate Ring of Fire, get this last one finished. And let's see what he dropped. Alright, we got some intel. Unfortunately, no wonder weapon, but like I've said before, not a huge deal. Let's get straight to the beacon and move on. Alright guys, here we are at the next beacon, and we should be able to upgrade our weapon rarity to make it even more powerful. Yep, there we go. We are not going to be able to pack a punch again because we're only at 12,000. It would take 15,000, but we can get some perks. We can get Speed Cola and Deadshot. Deadshot's going to help us do way more critical damage, and it'll be really nice. Alright, here we are on map 3. If we check this for anything that would be super quick, it does look like there's a dragon really close, and we can definitely make it on our way because we can hit that jump pad. So I'm actually going to hit the dragon in this wave. The time optimization is really up to you on how much time you want to spend and how far you want to go, but I do definitely like going to higher waves and getting more crystals per run. It kind of just gives me a better feeling, but it isn't really any faster. Alright guys, again, nothing really from this one, so we did kind of waste our time here, but no big deal. I'm not in a big rush. If you want to do this the absolute fastest way possible, then just listen to my original advice and don't worry about it past wave 2. But now we can hit this jump pad that's right next to us and get straight over to the objective. Alright guys, we've completed the next objective. Now we're just going to head to the beacon. Alright guys, we are back. We unfortunately did have a crash, but we got back here in no time. And we are at the very end of the 3rd wave. We just finished the objective. We're about to open the beacon again. Alright, we have unlocked the beacon. We're going to go for perks now. And we did spend all of our points, but now we have all the perks that we need. We actually ended up getting a cruise missile, so we don't need to spend money on a cruise missile or chopper gunner just in case we get overrun. And then we're going to want to go here, see if we can upgrade our weapon, and we actually can. We have just enough salvage, so let's go ahead and do that. Again, on this run, We did not get a wonder weapon, unfortunately. It's a little unlucky to happen twice, but nevertheless, doesn't really matter. We'll just exfil at wave 5. Alright, now that we are on the 4th wave, we're actually not going to want to do any objectives at all. We're just going to want to go straight for the main objective. And on this map, it's actually pretty easy because the whole thing's downhill, so a parachute can get you the whole way. Alright, that is wave 4 completed. We just got to get to the beacon and get on to the next wave. Alright guys, here we are at the beginning of wave 5, and this is actually where it's going to get really difficult. The zombies are going to start sprinting a lot faster, and they're going to have a lot more health. Now, if you have upgraded everything as much as possible up to this point, and you spent the whole first wave trying to upgrade, you're going to be in a good spot. You're going to be just fine. But going any further than this without a wonder weapon is going to be very difficult, and you run the risk of losing the crystals that you would get on extraction. Although most of the time, you won't actually get too many crystals from extraction. So if you think you can make at least 2 more waves, then keep going. If you don't think you can make it, then just extract, forget that you could have gone any further, and just leave it at that. Something else that's going to happen, obviously a mangler is a special zombie, but elite zombies are going to start dropping higher tier loot. So if they happen to drop a wonder weapon, you have enough points to pack a punch it to at least tier 2, then you definitely can go on further. But for most people, unless you have that wonder weapon, this is going to be where you're going to stop, and you're going to exfil after this. Alright, because this pack-a-punch is so close, I'm going to go ahead and grab a tier 3 upgrade. To make the exfil easier, we'll grab our car back. And we will get to the beacon. Alright, now that we're to this point, something that makes the exfil really, really easy is having a chopper gunner. Because you can do a ton of damage and it pulls you out. But any upgrades you can possibly do, go ahead and do them. There's no reason really not to. It's just going to make your time easier. Alright, now we've got just about everything that we could have. So we're going to call the exfil. And it's going to say, hey, go to this point. That car got stuck there. I guess we're not using that. Exfil's pretty far away, but it shouldn't be a huge deal, especially with that tier 3 upgrade that we just got. Now this exfil works just like it does on the normal maps. There's going to be a ton of zombies, a ton of special and elites that spawn, and we just got to take care of them. But first thing we got to do is get there. And it kind of stinks that it's so far away because we're going to have to get there and then kill all the zombies. So I'm actually going to use one of my Aether Shroud things because it makes me move a ton faster. It'll make us get there just that much faster. Alright. Let's see if we can get rid of some of the bigger enemies. Then we can call in that chopper gunner. If we need to. We'll decide that once we get there. But if our health gets low, or we feel like we're getting overrun, we're just going to call it in. Better to be safe than sorry, so we don't lose any crystals. We actually will not need the chopper gunner though. So now all I gotta do is wait for this to come down, board it, and then we exfil. And we see all the crystals pop up. So 2 refined and a flawless for a exfil. If you can go to higher, definitely a good idea, especially since after wave 6 you start getting 2 of each. But for most people, this is kind of going to be your limit. Looking at the rewards, we got 3 flawless and 5 refined. So you are going to have to do that twice. If you go to higher, say you get to wave 7, you're going to be able to get an upgrade to tier 5 every game, and that's probably going to take you around an hour and 20 minutes if you're going quickly, if you're trying to maximize as much as possible. But since we only got to wave 5, it's probably going to take you between 45 minutes to an hour, depending on the side objectives that you do. So sometimes it might be beneficial to just keep going, but like I said, for most people, this is kind of going to be your limit. But that is going to be it for the video on how to obtain the most refined and flawless crystals that you can as fast as possible. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, comment letting me know if you want to see more things like this, or if you have any video ideas that you want me to do, and subscribe to see more. But that's going to be it. Have a great day.